What team in the league do you guys think could join and make instantly better? All of them except for the top 3. I think half the league sucks. I'm gonna say. I think half the league is terrible. I don't think they're that good. I think the plumbers are playing. I think half the league is fucking plumbers. We're gonna do the tier list. Nobody's fucking safe. All right, nobody's safe for the tier list. Nobody's safe.
There's one team I feel like I could really help be better right now. Like, I think my prowess and the expertise and the confidence that I exude would spread to some of these Falcons players.
You think so?
Like, I'd walk in and even Clay would take a step back and be like, guys, relax 1 second. Tony just walked in.
You think you got that much aura?
It would get silent for a sec, then I'd pick it up. But someone said Boston. Boston's been playing well. But I'll tell you what, ever since Elmer stepped away, it has never looked the same. With the way FaZe has been playing, I feel like I can probably slot in there
They've
somewhere.
been playing like shit.
I can probably slot in
FaZe
somewhere
have been
FaZe.
playing like absolute dog shit. It is what it is. So we ripped the Band-Aid off. I know I'm on FaZe. I know I support the FaZe guys. They've been playing like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we got to rip the Band-Aid off, Tony. What's going on with them? They look like...
Obviously, Ghosty's great, but I can calm and get hill time.
You can calm.
I can calm and get
It depends what kind of Tony you get.
I'm not high anymore.
Yeah, you're not high.
I've matured a lot since we teamed.
No, you got good comms. You didn't have that bad of comms.
My comms were great. My head just wasn't in the right place.
And you had metal boots on when you played with me.
Nah, that's gas. I was using an ICR.
Oh, here we go.
What was I supposed to do? Use the ICR like it's a fucking pub shotty?
But sometimes you gotta make the move, Tony. Sometimes you gotta push up.
You want me to slide in the barrels on Seaside and just say, hey, kill me?
No, Tony. But when you're sitting top, what was that map with the fucking with the courtyard? I clutched a 1v3 versus Thieves in it. It was control. It was a control map. The
courtyard? Hacienda?
Yeah, no,
Seaside?
not Hacienda, not Seaside. What the fuck was the name of the map, guys? What was the name? Not Arsenal. What was the name of the map? Gridlock? Was it Gridlock?
Maybe Gridlock with the flip truck in the middle?
Yes, with the flip truck in the middle. You used to sit top broken. We used to sit top broken with 3-4. You used to sit there, jack it off. You used to sit there.
I was the Overwatch. I was watching over.
It's all right.
My boys.
You know,
that was a different time, man. If you guys got a different mindset of me, we actually would have been gross.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, I think half the teams in the league are shit. I'm just being honest. I actually think I can make teams better by being in the league.
And then the teams that do suck, their players don't even put in the extra work.
They don't. They don't play the fucking game. They don't play the game.
It's Shotzi every night. Shotzi is probably one of the least that actually need to put in extra time for basing it off the way he plays in matches.
I agree.
It's kind of ass backwards. You would think if you're 12, and also shout out to the Falcons guys because those guys are grinding too. I've been loving watching the Falcons and like Shotzi and them scrap. I love seeing them mingling because it's cool to see them come over from Saudi Arabia. Everyone's doubting them, but the one thing you can say about them is at least they're putting in the fucking work.
Yep.
You got players that have been in the league multiple times. They've placed 8th, 9th, maybe 6th, 7th. But these guys come over and they're at least getting in there trying to get better. So they have my respect because they're doing a lot more than most.
Yep. If you're dog shit, why aren't you playing the game?
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because salaries are going down. Streaming now, everybody's streaming. So now making it in streaming is that much harder. So the avenues that were there maybe 3-4 years ago that you thought, oh, I just start. That's not the way it works anymore.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Is when we used to compete, we would have 8 tournaments.
Yep.
We would have so many players that we would have so many left over. We would do 2 sets of teams, and we'd do a whole 8s tournament because there were so many people trying to play 8s. Now everybody's jacking off at home, doing nothing. They play what, 2 sets?
Yeah, they play some. Right now they're playing S&D 8s.
It sounds like a tough life.
S&D
2
8s,
sets.
It's 2
sets. That's all they do is 2 sets, and then they play S&D 8s.
I think the difference
not all of them.
I think the difference is we used to want to play. We used to.
No, we didn't have a choice, Tony. We didn't have a choice.
We didn't have it. No, we used to want. We
only made money if we won.
That is true, but we used to love the game. We all fell in love with the game, and that's why we all became pros. Because there was no lifelong career when we got started. So Ghosts or Black Ops 2, you would wake up excited to scrim. Now I feel like you have a 3rd set, you're like, what the fuck? What's
the fuck
bigger?
is this?
Zooma's nose or
The fuck is
I
this
have pecs. That's number 1.
No, you got tits.
I have pecs.
Are you sure?
It's like 70. Nah.
75% titties, 25% pecs.
I'd say 50-50.
You know, and my nose is not that big.
No, not in person.
It's not that big, right?
Nah.
You're lying to me, fucking liar. Fucking lying to me. You're just buttering me up.
No, it's like, I'm telling you, it doesn't look that big.
What's your favorite moment playing against each other? Guys, I don't think me and Zinni played against each other a lot. I can't remember playing this guy.
Yeah, not very often.
Except for UMG Philly, which, I mean, that was kind of a mismatch. You know?
Destroyed you.
Thoughts on the skill gap between players now versus then?
Now the game shoot for you.
Yeah, you don't have to aim your gun. You can aim with your balls.
Now, back then, a shot, if your shot you didn't miss, it was like, oh my God, that guy's shot is so straight. Now every player I watch shoots the same. And I'll say there's some outliers. Like when you watch Dashy, it's still like, holy shit. But for the most part, everybody's shooting straight now.
Yeah.
There is no...
I wouldn't say everybody. I wouldn't say everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's some people that are kind of shit.
There's a couple.
You know, but listen, I was saying this before. Back in our day, we had fucking open bracket pool plays, bracket play, fucking 200 teams. Now there's only 12 teams. And I think half the teams are shit. I would actually argue that it might have been harder to win back then than it is now. If you're in the league. You had to win way more series to win an event. Way more.
This one's controversial because I don't necessarily agree. I think there's multiple ways to look at it. I think
Tony, you could win an event now winning 3 games. You have one good weekend. You take down 1 or 2 top teams. You win an event. Boom, it's done.
I think 3 or 4 teams now though are like collectively so good. Like I look at Optic, FaZe, Thieves, and I'm like those 3 are like genuine super teams. I'm not sure if we used to have. I mean, I guess we did, right? I guess we had Complexity, we had Impact, we had Optic.
Dynasties. Brother, I was playing a team that was considered the best team of all time. You know? I mean,
I think people severely underrate a lot of people. Like, I want to give Slack flowers, because I think Slack's like one of the most underrated Call of Duty pros ever.
He is.
Like, right now, if I were to watch VOD, someone would probably be like, oh, well, you're showing us you beating Slacked. Slacked was fucking really good. Mm-hmm. Like, there were a lot of really good players that I don't think get their flowers.
Slacked, he won in like a bunch of different titles.
That's why that's why he's my most underrated Call of Duty pro ever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you barely hear his name, but the guy was always in the conversation, always in finals, always winning tournaments, always doing well. Apathy was good too.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to their question though, because Andre said skill gap, because it's not really what we're talking about. In terms of skill gap, I definitely think the players now are playing at a higher level, but that's just like. That's what happens over time.
No, of course.
Like the next era
like
of players, like the next era of players are gonna be better than this era, and then the era after that's gonna be better than that era. You ever see the Big Timer video?
Yeah.
Right, Big Timer explains it perfectly. Right, like I think as time goes on, like you see your Paco and even the Terrors and even like Shotzi and them, like bro, they're playing the game at such a high level now that we probably weren't playing back in our day, but. I mean, I don't know, bro. We were playing Black Ops 3, AW. Like, those games had a high skill gap,
it's also changed, right? Because back in Black Ops 2, there's a clip, Killa put his controller down and was screaming, choo-choo!
That's true.
For, like, a whole map.
That's true.
Nowadays, that doesn't happen. Like,
but that's because they were outplaying them so bad.
Exactly, but like now I feel like you don't see that. Like, a lot of the games are close. Like, you think half the league is dog shit, and I will say this year, I've been pleasantly surprised that I think games that I thought would be blowouts are like closer. Like Gentlemates, for example. They're 0-4, right? But like with the eye test, Gentlemates don't look like a bad team. They're a couple round 11s away from being 2-2. But like Gentlemates, based on their record, you would think that they're about to get walked through. They're competitive in every series they play. Even versus Thieves.
Even the Falcons have been kind of like competitive.
Falcons are way better than I thought they'd be, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean they did take a map off FaZe, but FaZe have looked rough. I mean, listen, I think it's a hard comparison when comparing different eras. We got Cough Drop on a big one.
Come on, boss.
Cough Drop, you fucking legend.
Cough Drop.
Unbelievable. Cough Drop, thank you, brother. Thank you, Cough Drop. What a fucking legend, man. Let me see what else is going on. Optic will have a bad placing at LAN, and Pred will be back on the roster. I understand Methodz can't speak on this directly. I mean, I think that's all hindsight.
And also, what can I just read the future?
Cough Drop again!
Hey, come on, Cough Drop.
The hell is going on? It's not Cough Drop.
You're a legend.
What a fucking legend, man. Cough Drop. Leave it at 20, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I think that's all hindsight. Like, depends on how they do or what's going on. I don't see AG coming back into the team. Tony probably can't speak too much on that, but I think they like Hook, guys. I think they enjoy playing with Hook. Like, Hook is a good player. Hook is a world champ, guys. You know, like he's a good player. So I don't know. I don't know if I see that, bro. I'll be honest with you guys, man. Why is Ake so jealous of Optic? Is it because he never got the Optic juice? That's a great question if you ask me. I think Pat's always had a weird relationship with Optic.
I think Pat's a WWE character, and if you can't see that, you might be drooling.
Yeah, Pat's kind of like
every time I feel like I'm watching Randy Orton speak.
And you can't change Pat.
But Randy Orton isn't actually Randy Orton.
Yeah, you really can't change Pat. You can't change him. He's just like Pat's kind of just Pat. Like
it works.
He's always been like that.
He puts his asshole on his face and he talks out of it, and it incites conversation.
Absolutely. If you could have won a ring in any COD title, what COD title would that be, and why, and what squad? You can pick whatever. World War II, because I think I should have won in that year. I think that should have been our year. If I could go back, I would wish to win in that year, because that was after I had surgery. Like, it was a comeback year, got MVP in Season 1. Like, going out on top, winning champs, would have been phenomenal. What about you, Tony?
What do you guys think was, like, the most popping COD era, or COD game? I think it's between, like, Black Ops 2 Ghosts, and maybe even, like, AW? I mean, even Black Ops 3 was super lit.
Black Ops 3 was far. Black Ops 4, AW.
I would say
Keto with a 20 bomb to the Zin City.
Oh, come on, Keto. I need
Keto
in here dropping a W, Keto.
Absolutely.
Only 7 from Valorant. These cheap bastards. Standing ovation for Keto.
Let's get it, Keto.
I appreciate that, legend. Much love, man.
Absolutely.
How's everyone doing? Chat, if you're just now joining, welcome. We just started the stream. We're just scrolling the community right now.
We got the tier list, too. We're going to do a player tier list.
Yeah, we're going to do a player tier list. I do think when we do start this, just to keep it, because I feel like you should rank Optic members and I should rank FaZe members. We can still talk about it, but I feel like the final say...
We'll both rank all of them.
Just to exclude any bias that we might have. Because I
Yeah.
am biased, and I have no problem saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm somewhat biased. I'm trying to keep it as realistic as possible with these
Yeah.
guys, man. You know what I mean? I don't like to sugarcoat it because I feel like sugarcoating doesn't help them. You know,
Well, I
like
also-
if the FaZe guys are playing like shit, I feel like it's...
Is the tier list going to be based off how everyone's played just this
yeah, I think it should be
this
based
year?
on this
Okay.
point. Just like the first 2 weeks of
Gotcha.
games, like we'll make a tier list. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Obviously, like it can change.
Yeah.
You know, and if any player gets butthurt about what tier they're in, fuck yourself. I don't care.
Eat cock.
Eat a dick.
Gag on it.
All right, go out there
Work
and
on
prove us wrong. Go out there and fucking prove us wrong and turn the seat. You know what I mean?
It's
Don't
not
care.
our fault you're playing like that. If you get
Yeah,
upset.
play better. Play
not,
fucking better.
I'm not playing for you.
Not my fucking problem. Not my fucking
what I'm
problem.
thinking. That's what
you
I'm
know,
thinking.
we're not here to be Mr. Nice Guy. Jelly with a 5 to the Zin City.
Hey, Jelly, thank you so much for that 6, bro. Sid Lorda, what up? Everyone tuned in. What's going on?
Slowly.
Keto, what are you doing?
Keto, what the hell, Keto?
Another 20 to Zin City.
Unbelievable,
Only
Keto.
4 from Valorant.
Cheap bastards, Valorant,
Yeah,
those
cheap
motherfuckers.
Yo, Keto, thank you so much, bro. I
Nah,
appreciate
Valorant's
that.
actually going crazy.
No, I
ain't gonna
will say,
lie.
this is one of the coolest things.
Yeah,
Do
bro.
you think we'll ever see Call of Duty do this?
Hell no.
No?
Call of Duty. We got a lot of problems with Call of Duty before
Oh,
they
yeah.
start doing promotions with Twitch. They got a lot of other shit that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Holy shit, Tony, they're going crazy in there.
Cough drop with a 20
Cough
bomb.
drop
I'm
with a
giving you
big
a
20
standing
bomb
O.
to the J.
Cough drop. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you, legend. Much love,
Absolutely,
brother.
guys. Come
What are
on,
they
man.
doing?
Killzoy with a 10 bomb.
Zin City.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Hey, oh, hey.
Thank you guys so much, man.
Would you ever dress up as Pinocchio, bro? And Tony, would you ever dress up as the Crimson Chin? Who the fuck is this guy,
Hey,
Andre?
watch your
Fuck
fucking
you,
mouth,
Andre. You
Watch your
fucking
mouth,
asshole.
Penny.
Who the fuck are
Killzoy
you
with a 10 to the
talking
Zoomaa.
Killzoy with a 10. Appreciate it, Killzoy. That's the GOAT right there, Killzoy, man. Appreciate the 10, Killzoy. Appreciate you, brother. In a hypothetical world, you guys could get a time machine and go back to win a ring, but you have to give up streaming forever. Would you do it? No.
I would
you?
not. I would not.
I would not do it.
We built something too great.
Yeah, nah,
We built
I
something
wouldn't.
that means too much.
I wouldn't trade the Familia for anything, man. I
There's a
wouldn't
few
trade
ways
the
to look
Mafia
at
for
it.
anything.
One, the support's unbelievable. To get on every day, this may sound corny, but it's an absolute privilege to get on every single day. I consider my community like a neighborhood bar.
Yeah.
Every day you have the
Same.
regulars.
It's like family.
You degenerate bastards. They're in there every single day, and I love it. And then you have the people that are just stopping by. They see it. They want to come see how it's going, how the drinks taste.
But there's nothing better going live every day, seeing the same names,
It's awesome.
seeing the same people. Like you feel like you built a connection with these people. Like every day, you're just having
Yeah.
a good time. Like that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you're having a bad day. Like you come in here, we have a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm punching shit and raging and shit like that. But you know, we're having a good time, man, and that's all that matters. But I wouldn't trade it for the fucking world. Man.
I can't even tell you like how humbling it feels to have people that have been watching me almost every day since I started like almost 4 years ago. And same with, like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You have people that have spent essentially nearly every single day with you for the past 4 years.
Yeah, bunch of legends.
And with how many people they have the option to watch, that's like the best thing that I can honestly think of is having that privilege.
They're fucking legends, bro. All of them.
It's legendary.
And every time I meet them in person, I say, Jesus Christ, they look like $1 million.
Yeah,
from
they
top
always
to
look
bottom.
good.
They look good, man. They look good.
They always look good.
We got Supreme Huncho with a 5, Daddy Hours with a 5, Motor Pro with a 5,
on, boys.
R2 Nice with a 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Boys. Come on.
Appreciate it, man.
Pleasure.
R2 Nice, Motor Pro Daddy, and Supreme Huncho. I fucking love you guys, man. Thank you guys all so much for the 5 bombs, man. You guys are going insane right now, bro.
Yeah, thank you guys, seriously.
Let's see what else is going on. Who had a better legacy on Optic? Who had the better legacy on Optic as a player?
Me or you?
I mean, you actually played for them. I filled in for them.
Yeah, but how'd you guys do? I forget.
We went positive. 4-3.
That's not bad.
And the matches that we lost was not my fault, in my opinion. If we can go back and watch them. I mean, I got W's on Optic, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I got W's on Optic. I don't know how many W's Tony was getting over there.
No, we were incredible in league matches. It's
Chad,
the
who
most
was better
annoying
on
thing.
Optic, me or
It's the
Tone?
most annoying. Don't be delusional, guys. Don't be biased. Don't be delusional. I don't get flowers very often. Give me some today, please. I don't get them very often. Give me a bouquet today.
This guy said Octane, you motherfucker. This guy said fucking Octane. Bro, I kind of got thrown into the blender, bro. Like, I replaced Dashy, who was their best player by far.
That was when the passport issue was
with the visa issue and shit. And then when I hopped in, like, it was like I didn't know any of their strats. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was surprised we were winning fucking series, bro. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Let's see what else is going on. Some questions we can't answer, obviously.
I would be the man in the relationship.
If you were in a relationship, who would be the man? Tony's shorter than me, so I would clearly be the man
That's
in the
not true.
relationship. He's shorter than me,
That's
guys.
not true.
You know?
I could use you as a mop.
What do you mean? And I could use you as a fucking table with that
No,
big back.
That's not true.
You know what I
There's
mean?
not that much room on it.
If there was a professional athlete you would want to be, who would it be? Can be from past or present?
Are you picking Ronaldo?
I'll probably pick Cristiano Ronaldo. Keto with a
what
10
is
to
going on?
Zoomaa and Anto Mix with a 10 to the Zin City. You guys are going crazy.
Ants don't miss with a 10 is 165th.
Oh my God, Keto.
Thank you guys for the love, man. Seriously.
A 20 bomb from Keto, man. What a fucking legend.
W Keto, man.
Keto, I love you, brother. Thank you for all the support, man. Everybody's coming in hot, man. Who would you be?
I mean, how do you not go Ronaldo?
Cristiano's a great shout, man.
That guy could snap his fingers and buy whatever he wants.
I mean, and he's handsome.
I will say,
He's a good family man.
I will say there is. I would think I would also love to be a lesser popular player that still has a lot of money. Because Ronaldo, it all looks incredible, but that guy can't walk through a park. Like I would love
True.
to. I would love to be able to live life normally while still having the money to do whatever I want.
Right. So
'Cause
like
Ronaldo,
you want.
there's nothing you can do.
You would want the
without
money, but not.
security.
You would want the money, but not the fame.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
Like
That
a
makes
little-
sense.
a
That
little-
makes sense.
A little fame's okay, but Ronaldo
Like Busquets.
level.
You want to be Busquets?
I don't know who that is.
He's a Barcelona legend.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
But you guys get what I'm saying, guys? Could you imagine not being able to walk down the street
That'd be tough. That would suck.
without a mob of people around you? You can't walk and get coffee. You can't go to a grocery store. You can't go into the 7-Eleven. There's nothing you could do. That is fucking crazy to me.
He can buy the street. Val's, he could buy the fucking street.
What's he
which
gonna
is
do? Buy each street the second he walks outside?
Fernando Torres. Now, Fernando Torres, I feel like, has a recognizable face. I feel like he's also famous. Not to Cristiano Ronaldo's level, but he still's got a recognizable face. Let's see what other questions you got, man. Let's see what else is going on here. What the hell does that mean? What is that? I don't even know what that even means. Was switching competing content easy? Was switching from competing to content easy, or did it take some time? I got way more comfortable in front of camera, like as time went on.
Hold
Like,
on. I just need to send this and
You good, take
re-ask
it
me the
down.
question because it's something I think I want to answer.
yeah, it was. Let me know when you're done. I'll answer it for now. For me,
Sending
at
something to
least,
my girlfriend. There we go.
when
Send it.
I was when I was competing and shit, I was kind of shy on camera. Like I didn't like to be on camera a lot.
What's the question?
Like the question was switching from competing to content easy, or did it take some time? Like in terms of for me, like I feel like I'm way more comfortable on stream now than I was ever before
no, of
when I was
course.
competing. Like I was more like timid on like beforehand. Like I didn't want to like, you know what I mean?
I was so obviously I did some content when I was young, like the impersonations, and I streamed a bit when I was like 14, 15, and I kind of was like, I think people thought I was comfortable on camera. But I was always a bit self-conscious about the way I looked, just to keep it a buck. I was a little big. So I would try to like extend my neck and shit. It didn't work. But I was I think those reps made it easier for me to transition because I was always kind of in tune with
You were the Lacey of the CDL.
creating content.
Or that you were the Lacey of COD.
Didn't he take Ozempic?
I don't know, but you were both fat and now you're both skinny.
You think I'm Lacey?
Yeah, you might be. Chat, he might be the Lacey of COD. He might have been the Lacey of COD, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, they're saying a little. I don't know. You were kind of fat, man. You know? I don't know if you were like, I don't know if you guys acted the same, but...
I think I'm Ronaldo.
You think you're Ron?
I think I'm Ron.
I don't know.
I think he's the funniest in my opinion.
Ron is
No
funny.
disrespect.
No, Ron's funny.
But
Ron's funny.
I look at that guy, I'm like, this guy's fucking comedy.
No, Ron's pretty... Chat, who would you guys say is the funniest right now in terms of the phase guys that do all the crazy shit?
I think it's Ron.
Yeah. Also, apparently Silky was it. You told me you saw Silky. Now, I didn't see Silky in my
I
chat.
saw Silk in your stream yesterday.
Apparently Silky was in the stream yesterday, Chad. Did you guys see Silky in there? They're saying Adapt is
Adapt's the most
hilarious.
underrated.
Yo, Adapt is comedy,
let
bro.
me guys tell you something about Alex Adapt.
Yeah, Alex is funny, man.
Listen, the reason I love Alex Adapt is because, so I don't know if people know this, I was on FaZe when I was very young. So the way I was on SOAR when I was in 2012, and then at MLG Dallas when we placed pro, Banks called me and was like, yo, I'm going to FaZe. And I was like, what the fuck? He brings me to FaZe with him. I meet all the FaZe guys, Adapt, Rain, all of them. Like my old drama alerts, FaZe Rain used to edit them in Skype for me.
That's
But I
crazy.
grew up with these guys in Skype back when we were just kids.
I remember Skype.
No matter the height that Adapt reached, every time you see him, you would think he was meeting. You would think that he saw Clooney. He was just so happy. He was so happy every time I saw him. It made me feel so good.
He's a good guy, man. Adapt's a good guy.
We saw him in Miami, and he saw me, and you'd think he saw Ronaldo. He's like, no way.
Well, it's been a while since you guys saw each other.
But
So, like-
Adapt is like seeing him sort of, I wouldn't say come back up, but like I feel like he took off again. I love that for him.
He did.
Like
Yeah, I
it
love
couldn't have
that as
happened.
well.
That guy's a genuine ass dude.
I mean, all those guys used to come to the COD events. When we were winning in AW, Banks was there, Tommy was there, Adapt, Apex, Norden, Blaziken. Like, they were all there when we were winning events back in the day.
No,
It was
because
lit.
Call of Duty used to be the game. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Call of Duty used to be the game that everybody talked about, everybody played. In school, celebrities, athletes, Call of Duty was the game. Everybody loved it. At some point, I think I was watching a Devin Booker house tour last night. They were saying he used to play wagers. Like that, Call of Duty was the game.
Yeah, it was.
And
now
now I have a lot to say about Call of Duty.
Yeah, we got a lot to say. Speaking of Call of
And
Duty,
it breaks my heart because we all want to see it do well.
a couple questions. I see a couple of the same questions. Ban and Protect. Would you bring it back? I didn't like
No,
Ban and Protect. I didn't like it.
I think Octane has been down this. I don't know what. I can't tell if he's doing it for reasons or if it's an actual opinion, but I think it's a bad opinion.
I wouldn't bring it
People
back.
used to ban the red dot.
Yeah,
They used to ban
I feel
blast suppressor so you couldn't move on the map.
I feel like shit teams would ban common things to just make it random.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't like that. I also didn't like that it was a race to ban something or
Yeah,
protect
no, it
something.
wasn't-
Like I thought that was kind of whack.
I
thought it was
do
fugazi.
think if ban and protect was faster, and if it was limited to certain things, like I thought it was stupid that you can ban whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to ban a Semtex, for example.
Yeah.
Or a perk that makes it so you can move
But
around
people
the map.
did. But people did ban those things.
Yeah.
Like people banned red dots. People would ban the M8, right? And you had to use some other weird gun, and
Yeah, it was
or the
weird.
VMP, and then you had to use the CUDA, right?
Yeah.
They did ban like random shit. Chef Tony or Chef Zoomaa, better pizza, Chef Tony. I mean, I don't cook.
I don't even know. I'm kind of a fraud, dude.
You know what I mean? What, you don't cook?
I cook, but not like, I don't know. I can follow a recipe, is, I guess.
Are the GAs ever gonna end in any future COD? No, they don't ever end. When would it end? The pros are all morons.
I don't think GAs should end. That's not what I think is the problem.
We need GAs.
GAs, because, for example, Clayster, when he says the game should be played out of the box,
That's
it's
insane.
the worst opinion I've heard in my
that's
life,
insane.
personally. Like, what do you want to
need
lay
GAs.
claymores indoors and shit?
We need GAs to keep the game competitive.
But it should be the overpowered guns. Okay, I was thinking about this. I think on the way here, or I forget when. The reason I think GAs used to be, important, is that it impacted people. So what I mean by this is right now, no one cares that the snipers are out because no one's like losing a search map and being like, I wish we had the snipe on that map. Back then, if you died to an OP weapon and it cost you a game, that would incite conversation about a GA, if that makes sense.
Right.
So something would impact you, and then the conversation would start. Then with snipers, the reason they don't care about snipers right now is because they just voted them out, and now no one's going to get affected by them, so there's no conversation around it.
Yeah. Well, they made no sense with that shit, because with the GA process, okay, they needed 9 votes, right? Majority to take them out.
Yeah.
Right? And they got 9. And apparently half those votes were just pity votes because they didn't give a fuck. So they just voted to take them out, whatever.
Yeah.
We did a revote, and they didn't get 9. So snipers should still be in the game right now. But then they wanted to change the system. The problem is not GAs. That's not the problem. The problem is the system of the GAs. How they vote and how they handle everything and how the system of actually getting rid of certain things or keeping certain things is completely flawed. And I feel like they're just making shit up as they go. Like, they don't even know what their system... If you were to do a survey with all 48 pros, you'd get different answers across the board. Nobody would be on the same page because there's no system. The system is ass. That's why, honestly, back in the day, I think the way that we did it was better than how they're doing it now. We did it better than how they do it right now.
No, we've talked about this too many times, so I feel like people might get annoyed if I go on the same rant that I always go on.
We don't need to go on the same fucking rant.
It comes down to respect, bro. If these guys were friends and cared about each other, the difference between now and then is back in the day, you could go to 3 different streams and you'd hear 3 different calls of 10 people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You would hear 30 pros in different calls, shooting the shit, talking, playing search, playing wagers, playing 8s, sometimes just watching videos, bullshitting. That's not a thing anymore. Now it's the same guys every single night, and there's only like 8 to 10 of them total that do it. And I just feel like we've lost a bit of the soul. I feel like as soon as the big money came in and the teams were living in different cities and staying in different hotels, the overall community camaraderie changed. Like we used to be one big happy family, and now we don't even have challengers under the same roof. Right?
Yep.
Like it used to be, even back then, you'd be hanging out with challengers because they're always there. These are your friends. You'd go to the challengers pit and watch one of your boys play
all the time.
If you were bored.
Smell like shit over there.
Exactly. Smell like ass.
Smell like dog shit. You know, this one guy said, "Scump or simp?" Rings aside, scump or simp.
Bro,
I've answered this before already.
I think you can't compare the two, and I would say Seth. But, of course, me saying that...
I would say, as of right now, I would have to give it to Seth just because of the fact of his longevity. From the start of his career to the end of his career, he was always that guy. Like, he was a superstar player from the start to the end. Like, his consistency and his longevity is something that I think Simp eventually will get to, but he still has a long way to go.
Listen, both are incredible. Like,
yeah, they're both insane.
I hate
But Simp's career, Simp's in the middle of his career while Seth is done with his career.
Yeah.
It's like uncomparable. Like you're comparing somebody like Scump, who is the second most winningest player of all time, by the way, who from the start of his career to the end of his career was a superstar player. Like his longevity is actually stupid. Like it's crazy. And I think
I hate
Simp
gassing him up, bro.
I
Because
think
then he
Simp,
can use all this as ammo. So I need to watch what I say very, very closely.
you don't want to give him a hot head.
I got to be careful here.
But I will
Because
say
all it takes is one clip, then he makes it his sub alert. And then every time he gets a sub, it's me saying how good he was.
I will say I think Simp is getting there. He just has way more to do. Like Simp is not done yet, bro. Like Simp is still in the middle of his career.
It's gonna be.
There's still a lot more for Simp to do.
All
bro.
the conversation is gonna come down to is what generation of COD you grew up watching. If you grew up watching from when we were doing it in Black Ops 2, Ghost, MW3, you're gonna say Seth. If you just started watching during the CDL era, you might say Simp. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the MJ LeBron type argument.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be the same thing.
It's gonna be impossible to actually,
especially when Simp gets to his whole career and
it's gonna be two different generations of people discussing what they think their personal opinion is. There's no way to actually compare them.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. Before contracts and salaries, how did roster changes go? And what were some of the craziest ones you both remember? For example, people sketching or screwing over.
It used to be crazy. It used to be crazy.
It was insane. It was a cold world, man.
I've seen in real time people switch teams mid-scrim.
Yeah.
People change calls. Players swap calls. Some of the funniest
insane.
shit you'll ever see in your entire life.
That's crazy.
Mid-scrim, a team would make a change, and someone, I forget who it was, they would join their call, other guy would join their call, and they'd start scrimming against each other.
Mm-hmm. I mean, bro, I back in the day, dude, I mean, I feel like there was... Because contracts weren't as big of a thing back then as they are now.
Bro, go
like
look.
Now you're locked up.
You want to see how many... Go to my COD Wikipedia. Look how many teams I was on.
Oh, yeah, you were on a million
I was a bike.
fucking teams.
Everyone gave me a ride.
Hey, yo.
You have to see my...
Hold up.
You have to see my stack of jerseys at home. Because back then, I would be on one team this day. I'd join that team the next week.
Right.
They make a roster change. You join this team. Now it's like you barely
you were
see
like
changes.
a fucking putana.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You were for everybody.
I was selling it to everyone.
You know,
Actually,
Jesus Christ.
I was free.
Jesus fucking Christ. Tony used to be a putana. Do you think Nick Pasquale is Connor on a burner messing with you because you didn't coach him? Nah, I don't. I think they're two different people, bro. You know about Nick Pasquale?
You've told me.
Nick Pasquale's a fucking piece of shit.
But then you say...
Fuck you, Nick Pasquale, motherfucker!
Then you say he's a legend. So I don't get it.
I mean, he's a legend to everybody else, but to me, like, he's a piece of shit. But he's a legend at the same time. Like, he's a fucking legend, but he's also a piece of shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, you could be both.
Now.
You could be both.
I get
you
what
know?
you're saying.
I mean, Nick Pasquale, he's in my head, Tony. He's been in my head for weeks. You know, I can't wait till the watch parties are back. I can't wait to see him in the chat, man. I would love to see what this guy has to say.
I can't wait for the major.
Major's gonna be fun, and we have the minor tournament.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty cool.
See, I don't know. This minor tournament, everyone thinks it sounds cool, and I don't mean to be pessimistic. To me, it just looks like glorified league matches for some money. Because you're still... The reason why 2Ks and 5Ks were so fun to watch was because you had different POVs, you can hear different calls. Mm-hmm. Now it's just league matches, basically, with some money involved, and it's tournament style. Right. But you're still watching the same amount of matches per day. It's still single elim. It's just... To me, it feels like a little bit more of the same, just a little bit spruced up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like instead of wearing...
But it is a tournament, though.
Nah, listen. I'm gonna give it a chance. I just don't think it's what people wanted it to be, if that makes sense.
I just want to be positive about it because it is something, and we haven't had anything. So I'll be positive to the fact that we are getting a tournament or at least like competitive matches.
I still hate how many league matches we have.
Well, I hate the fact that we're doing this online, but that's a whole nother different discussion. I mean, we used to have our league matches on LAN in the studio.
Yeah, no, the LAN league, but I don't think the LAN league would actually change viewership a lot, just to be completely honest. Like, I don't think...
It wouldn't, but competitive integrity would be way better.
Yeah, no, the integrity would be better. I think it'd be a better product to watch, but I do think, like, to play devil's advocate, it's basically spending a lot more money and kind of getting the same result. I will say for the players, it's elite, because I still will die on the hill that was the most fun I've probably had as a player. Mm-hmm. Just having that, like, camaraderie every single day.
Yeah.
Where, like, me and you and Theory and Bryce Faceno were going to the movies one night. Yeah. And there's just random experiences. Saints and Adam Assault coming to me and TJ's apartment.
Yeah, nothing beats
me
those
looking
times.
at Formal waiting outside for his Cheesecake Factory delivery.
He's probably smoking a cigarette or something.
That level of community, once again, has been lost.
Yeah.
And now it feels like just teams are each in their own individual box.
Why hasn't FaZe held a major? I know they have money. Listen, guys, I want to be honest with you guys. I have no fucking idea. Guys, I'm on FaZe Clan. I'm not on Atlanta FaZe. And sometimes I feel like that kind of gets misconstrued. Like, people don't realize it's kind of two different entities, man. Like, I'm with FaZe Clan. I have nothing. I do nothing with Atlanta FaZe. I do nothing on the Atlanta FaZe side. I don't do anything with the team. I don't do anything with any. I don't do anything. I mean, I've done some content with Atlanta FaZe and stuff like that. I obviously support the team because they are FaZe. But they're I don't know. I don't have the answers for you. Like, if it was FaZe Clan running the events, I could probably get answers and probably let you guys know what's going on. From Atlanta's side, I can't tell you guys. I'm not on that side, so I don't know what they're doing. But I would love for Atlanta FaZe to throw an event, man. I would love for that to happen. You know, I mean, that would be awesome.
That's a good one.
Which
Tony's best 4-man roster of players he teamed with versus Zooma's best 4-man roster of players he's played with. Who has the better lineup? I think I do, but you can go first. I think my team slaps yours around.
Well, I can choose the Optic guys. I played with them.
Nah, that's cheese because I actually played with them.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, can I use the Optic guys or no?
Nah, you filled in.
Let's see if the chat. Can I use the Optic guys or no?
Because then it's our team playing against each other.
Bro, I played for Optic with 2 weeks. How long were you with them?
Months? 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, at least 4 months, I would say. I think it was probably like 5.
If I can't use the Optic guys, you're gonna win this.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna have the 2 most winningest COD players of all time.
Correct. Krim and Scump would be on the team. And then maybe I throw in Black Ops 4 Octane and maybe John in there. I might give you a John, Krim, Scump, and Octane.
Yeah. I don't think that's the flex you think it is. Like your team, you played with better players. Like you played with like the best of the best.
I never said it was a flex. Trust me. I wish I did a lot more.
You know what I mean?
Trust me when I say I know I'm not flexing.
I mean, I wish I played with Porter and fucking Scump and all that. Hey, if I had to play against these motherfuckers, I had to beat these guys. Bro, half of my events I had to take down the Optic Dynasty. That was the only way to win an event. You met Optic in a grand final every fucking event. Here we go. We're playing the fucking Dynasty. Here we fucking go. Like that team used to push us to our fucking limits, man. You know what I mean? But I would say for me...
Yo, Chad, guess what I saw earlier real quick?
Oh.
Sorry.
No.
Because I read the question, how did you meet Tony first time?
No. When did we meet for the first time?
Chad, do you guys know Yoshi from back in the day? Do you remember Yoshi?
Wasn't that the scumbag who faked cancer?
I saw his dad today.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I saw his dad today.
Okay.
And his dad drove me to a couple tournaments back in the day.
Okay.
But I saw his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So just crazy, like, we met at UMG Philly, and I just wanted to... I saw his father today.
Oh, shit.
And he was nice.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
He said it's good to see you.
I'm sure he's a phenomenal guy.
He said Yoshi's doing great.
That's
with his
good.
girlfriend up north.
That's good.
I'm sure he's a good kid. You know, sometimes when you're young, you make silly mistakes, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's all right. I mean, these things happen.
Hey, it happened, Tony.
Yeah.
It happened.
The story was something like that.
You know what I mean? It was a long time ago.
It was so long ago.
It was a long time ago.
The kid was 12.
I apologize.
Man.
I apologize, Mr.
12.
Yoshi. I apologize, Mr. Yoshi, man.
I'm sure he's very nice.
You know, I'm sure he's a very nice guy, and I'm sure he's learned a lot.
I'm sure he's matured.
You know, I'm sure he's matured. We're all different.
Girlfriend. He's up north visiting her.
That's nice. That's nice. Good for him. Good for you, Mr. Yoshi.
Right? These things happen.
You know, I mean, what a pleasure. You know what I mean? What a fucking pleasure. I remember those local events. Were we ever at a local event together?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I never lost a local.
I did think I stopped going when you
started going. I got banned. I got banned from locals. NJ Rod told me I couldn't come back anymore.
I used to win a good amount of them, especially the 2v2s. Me and Brian Saint were 2v2 demons. Mm-hmm. And then I'll never forget Black Ops 3. I was at the center all night. It was like me, BL Fire, Study. It was the team that should never lose a local.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a good question right here.
And then Chris Simplair fucking slaughtered us by himself.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll never forget Fringe Hardpoint.
He shit on you guys?
I still see it. It's like when Ricky 1v2'd. It's the way I think of it.
Ah, Jesus Christ. I remember that was on Gridlock.
Fringe Hardpoint. It's that house, that grandma's house.
Uh-huh.
Remember the hill was in it? There's 3 ways
Upstairs.
of entry. The front window, the back window, the stairs.
Yep.
It was like a scene out of a movie.
What happened?
We were pinching him for all three directions. We all dropped. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I thought it was a free kill. He was like Neo. It was the craziest thing I've seen in my life, and he beat me. And I think that's when I stopped going.
Damn, so Simp retired you from locals.
Something like that. Chris Lair.
Insane. That's fucking insane. Chris Lair. Chris Lair.
I got too famous. I couldn't be seen there.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
With the drawstring, I couldn't get caught lacking. They would have took the shoes off me or something. If they knew where I'd be, I couldn't.
Yo, they still have those locals.
There was no security.
They still have locals.
Really?
Yeah, they still, because I know the Stallions just went to a local. They just went to one.
What if me and you walked in like we're the shit, like, oh, it's about to be crazy, and people just looked at us and then looked forward?
Who the fuck are these guys?
What if they were just like, and just went back to what they were doing? We were just standing there like dumb fucks.
Hey, they pressed us or something. Who was the one player from the past and one from the current CDL you wish you could have teamed with?
From the past, I would say...
Current, I would choose Shotzi. I would choose Ant.
Yeah, I mean...
Or Paco.
I think there's no bad answer. For current, I think of like 4 names immediately.
For the past?
Shotzi, and Hydra. From the past, I would say...
Scump or Porter, but I don't know. I played with them for 2 weeks, so I don't know if I can say it. If I can't choose them, I'll probably choose like Apathy or John, like App or John. That's probably. I almost teamed with Apathy multiple times. I think like there was a few times where me and App were like, eventually we'll play with each other, and it never happened.
I'm thinking.
Oh, Damon's a good shot.
I would say Damon or Merc.
Merc's a good shot. I play with Merc.
Or Merc, yeah.
I play with Merc. We were terrible.
Bro, I played with so many of the OGs. I played with J-Cap. I played with John. I played with Apathy. The Apathy stint was short, though.
How are you both Italian, but one of you looks like a Middle Eastern camel rider, and the other looks like Paul Blart? Tony's not as Italian as I am.
Correct. I'm half.
You're half Italian.
Yeah.
We're both American.
Yeah.
But
we didn't come over on the boat.
My dad was born in Italy, and he lives in Italy, and my dad's parents were born in Italy, and my mom's parents were born in Italy, and my mom's Italian, but my mom was born here. So I come from a very Italian family.
Hold on, my question is, why is chat laughing?
I don't know why the fuck they're laughing.
Because I want to see, if you're going to type LMAO, I want you to submit a selfie, and then we're going to bring you up on the big screen, and then we're going to lay into you.
Submit the fucking selfie.
Because you guys have no problem laughing hard.
You know what?
If you're going to type LMAO in all caps,
submit your selfie.
There's got to be some type of credential that you submit, so then we can go back. Because this is one-sided right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't like that, do you?
I remember.
Laying it. Someone said, "Yeah, okay, Paul." Blart.
I remember when Tony first came over to my place, or it was something. I remember you said something to me like, "Yo, is your family speaking Italian? What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I forget when. Yeah, because so my dad's fully Italian.
Like Tony didn't know how Italian I was until he started seeing my family and shit, and then he realized.
Like for example, his family does the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. We don't do that. My mom's not Italian at all. She makes great Italian food. My dad's 100% Italian. And it was my grandpa's parents who came over from Italy. Mm-hmm. So I've never heard my grandpa speak Italian. You guys, you're real Italian, is what I'd say.
Yeah, I mean I'm a fake Italian.
I mean my obesity definitely gives me the Italian.
I'm a real Italian, but I grew up in America. Like I'm an Italian American. Like I grew up in America, so I like it. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up in Italy. But I do have to learn Italian. I feel like once I learn Italian, they can't call me a fake Italian anymore. Because it's in my blood. I just have to learn the language.
I want to learn Italian so bad.
Yeah, no parlamo italiano.
What do you think, Chad? What's the best way to actually learn a language?
You gotta do.
I don't think Duolingo is gonna do it. I think you need to take classes, right? Like class.
You gotta do classes or Duolingo. Or learn. You know what I mean?
Bro, you know what's crazy to me?
The fake accent thing doesn't make any sense. They like to bring up clips from back in the day, but I was shy back then. I wasn't myself back then. I'm more myself now than I was years ago,
when
like 10
years ago. When I was on Ultra, there's a guy named Mike. Came from Google. Super cool guy. He worked for Ultra. He's like the head of marketing for Toronto Ultra. Mm-hmm. He got an offer from Juventus to be the head of marketing for them. He accepted it, and he spent every morning before work, he would wake up and do an hour of Italian classes at like 5 a.m.
And does he know Italian now?
Yeah. And I gotta
learn. I don't have that type of discipline, bro. I don't have that discipline. That's the problem. I don't have that. I mean, I definitely drag the accent like when I'm fucking around, like when I'm faded or I'm fucking around. I'll be, oh, I eat that. Like I'm clearly just trolling.
It's kind of like
you know what I mean.
It's kind of like losing weight, where you'll do it when you actually really want to do it.
Yeah, you're just having fun.
Until then, you'll think about doing it.
And then sometimes it happens naturally. Like sometimes with certain words, it happens naturally.
Or if it's like, for example, it's like, yo, Tom, a year from now, we just got an opportunity to do a stream with you and Ronaldo, but you need to do Italian classes. You would do that.
Yeah. I would 100% do that.
If you had an incentive to do it, or if you really wanted to do it yourself, then I think you do it.
Absolutely. See, that's the thing. Somebody said tell your family to speak more Italian around you. That's where I think I blame my family for this, for me not knowing Italian. I blame them because they talked Italian around me, but they never properly taught me Italian. You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, it might have been confusing as a kid, right? Because you're going to school. They want you to really.
I didn't have Italian in my school.
Exactly. But
yeah, I don't know how my brother learned, bro. My brother picked up Italian. Like my brother Francesco's here. You were just with my brother Francesco. He's upstairs right now. He'd come downstairs right now and talk to you guys in fluent Italian. Like my brother Francesco could come down.
Like fluent?
Fluent. My brother is fluent. My brother could come right here and talk straight Italian. He might have a few grammar things that are wrong because we speak like a different dialect, but he'd speak fluent. Like my brother's fluent Italian. Prove it. You gotta go get it. He's upstairs. I don't know if he wants to come on stream. Guys, my brother's been on stream before. Speaking of Dally, he's been
Why
on stream.
didn't Zin just push skies? He was literally one shot on bomb. Bro, can you stop?
What's his
Having a good
IQ?
night.
His IQ is not is probably a lot higher than mine. I'll tell you that. I got a 95. That's the problem. Is I'm a moron. I'm a big fucking moron.
I just have no attention span.
Yeah, you're a moron
My
too.
ADHD is through the fucking roof.
I know.
I can't stop tapping my foot like a pussy, and my head I disassociate on a fly or even on a paper plate or a fork or a basketball. I just start zoning out and looking at what's that?
What the fuck is that?
Who is that?
Who the fuck is that?
That's not you.
That's not fucking me. But why does it kind of look like me a little bit? Who the fuck is this guy, man? Who the fuck is this guy?
It might be you, Tom.
That's not fucking me.
That might be you.
Who the fuck is that me? That ain't fucking me. What the fuck is
Who
that?
the fuck is that?
Is that Nick? That's fucking Nick Pasquale?
No way.
Don't tell me that's fucking Nick Pasquale. Let's see. How does it feel to know that Nick Pasquale has the same amount of rings as you, fucking asshole? What a fucking piece of shit. You guys think they should just bring back Ban and Protect? We talked about it. No, don't give a fuck. Fuck Ban and Protect. For shits and gigs, what do y'all think of a Hydra Shotzi subduo? I think it'd be fucking insane. Don't you agree, Tony?
Kind of dumbass
What
question,
a dumb,
bro.
stupid fucking question
You want
is
us
that?
to tell you the sky is blue too?
Jesus fucking Christ. Tommy, did you feel a certain way when Tony Hollywooded you after the Cold War season for Seth, or did you just forgive him?
That's not how.
He went Hollywood.
That's
He
not
went
true.
fucking
That's
Hollywood.
so
And
not true.
it
I
still
hate this.
affected me. It's affected me to this day. It's affected me to the... You know what I mean? It's really... It hurts me, Bob.
not true.
It is what it is,
not
guys.
true.
It's basis.
It's not true.
You know what I
A lot
mean?
has changed, and I hate this propaganda because it's not true, and that's not how I would describe it.
You wouldn't describe it, Tony, like that. How would you
I
describe it,
think a lot has
Tony?
changed. I say Cold War. Cold War
was good times, bro.
Because Cold War was my favorite time, and the reason is the game was great. I thought Cold War was great. The league play was great. There was no cheaters that I remember. Mm-hmm. We had GTA. We had
But you have to get back
eights
into
every
GTA.
night. We had eights every night, but we would just. It was natural. I would scrim and play challengers, right? Mm-hmm. Then we'd play league play. Then we'd cast eights. We'd play GTA.
That was the best part.
It was just so.
There was so much going on.
Now,
We can't cast 8s because they don't play 8s now.
now.
Hey, you don't play GTA anymore for some reason.
No, I'm getting back into it. I'm gonna bring the Penguin to GTA.
You have to.
I'm
You
100%.
fucking have to, bro.
I am bringing the Penguin to GTA.
And I
we're
think
gonna
we
see what I
should
can
roll
do with it.
around together the whole time. I think we should just be me and you rolling around in a car and just
Alright.
chilling together. I genuinely think we should play
It's
GTA.
important, you know, Vic. And Z at the pizzeria. He's causing problems.
It's Sofia the Falcons.
We're trying to sell Bliss, the Gigante, Sofia, the Falcons, the Maronis.
You're an idiot.
They're causing problems.